sank into the dampness of the corduroy. The fibers along the stitchings grew to a still, after I'd been fiercely thrashed by a dense coat of ice. The fabric thickened as tears trailed down my slumped shoulder and onto the avalanche that had been brewing within my sleeve and up ahead. The brisk air hit me as the snow built in the distance. It would soon consume me, but there was something soothing in waiting for the storm. My heart bounced off my ribcage. My hands pressed harder into the slippery wooden bench. The screws that held it into place injected my fingers with a sting, but a numbness swam throughout my body. I wanted to see the blizzard tear down the empty businesses, the stores made out of loose bolts, tacky with paint and plywood. I wanted to see it swallow the last standing light posts that illuminated its growing silhouette. It all rumbled my anticipation, like a drum. When the light would blink out, all I wanted to hear was a whoosh to poof into thin air, and to never breathe in another drop ever again. The strung back arrow is always fractured at the knocking point of a freshly bandaged cow pollen in a soft sneeze. Critters will carve tracelings of their pebbled feet upon the brisk palms of tiger lilies and yellow-printed jasmines. All the flowers will dazzlingly fall off their crooked branches and drape their floral accent along the wandering paths. The sleepy eyes will open with a stickiness, a lathering of a wet tart that'll wrestle with their drowsy lashes. The burly fist of the waking bear will rub the murky sun into a clear spring morning. Soon after this hatching, nature will drop its wings into the white grass and bring a slumber to the dragging claws. Frost will grapple at the necks of the lilies and the jasmines and fade them into a lifeless shade. The snow will huddle above the gray vines and latch the animals back into their cocoons as they are unable to bear the desolating winter. Then it will all rise and bloom again, all in its harmonious fashion, as if the somber night hadn't fallen, as if there isn't a phantom blending into the misty current of the weakening days, ready to paralyze the blissfully illusioned, those who bet on spring days, who see nothing but death in the pale cast of winter. They're not attuned to the silence. They're unaware of the freedom and hope that ripples in a close listen, the opportunity that sits in a breathless forest, in the tear of nothingness. Winter calls for reflection towards our harvest. It's a kind gesture that grants exploration and invites the question, what is rotting at the edge of your bagged fruit? It's the season for an internal voyage and hunt. What's been pierced, made to sag to a limp, must be discarded from the collection, exiled from the remnant that'll be brought into the first quarter rebirth. Once the sky melts to dusk, the snow will begin to fall, and not a quiver will rattle from the naked bushes. No growing frowns will whistle throughout the ashy trees. The frozen lake, fenced by oak walls, will reek of eagerness, and the spirit of a daisy will glide that glacier to the tail end, scribbling its foolish riddles into the faulty ice. That daisy will not be what she once was, and will grow into what she can't yet see. She's ever willing, even in the winding pendulum that's been set to chime for the incoming massacre. She knows the season of chance will greet her again. They all do. Therefore, all the flowers and little animals will patiently wait for the ringing, for the phantom to swiftly tuck them into the lowness of the moon. They'll wait. Wait to be nothing. Nothing but curious.